Welcome. If you are a Java developer looking to build modern desktop applications, you are in the right place. Today, we are taking a dive into JavaFX. We will cover the concepts first, and then build a fully working application from scratch. So, what is JavaFX? It is an open-source platform for building rich desktop applications. Originally created to replace the older Swing library, it has become the standard for visual applications in Java. It uses hardware-accelerated graphics, meaning your apps run smoothly, and they look identical whether your user is on Windows, Mac, or Linux. You can build almost anything with it. It comes out of the box with customizable controls, like charts and tables. Just like building a website, you can style your entire application using CSS. It also allows you to embed media and web browsers natively. Advanced users can even separate their UI design from their logic using a markup language called FXML. So, how do we actually start building? If you've used older versions of Java, you might remember JavaFX being built right in. But starting with Java 11, it was separated into its own lightweight library. This is actually a great thing because it means JavaFX can get updates faster than core Java. Because it is separate, we have to tell our project to download it. Instead of doing that manually, we use a build tool called Maven. Maven handles all the messy downloading and linking for us automatically. To set this up, we only need to give Maven two instructions: fetch the JavaFX library so we can write the code, and grab the JavaFX plugin so we can actually run the application. Let's look at exactly what that means in the code. I have opened up a brand new Maven project in my editor, and here is our configuration file, the pom.xml. Just like we saw on the slide, here is our library dependency, pulling in JavaFX controls. And down here in the build section is our plugin. This plugin acts as the bridge between Maven and JavaFX. It handles the heavy lifting of linking our UI libraries so we don't have to do it manually. Inside the configuration, we first have to specify our main class. This tells Maven exactly which Java file acts as the starting line for our application. Notice this executable line. This is a pro tip that forces the plugin to use our modern Java environment to run the application, preventing any conflicts with older Java versions on your system. With our configuration done, it is time to write the actual code. Because we are using Maven, it expects our source files to live in a very specific directory structure. Now for the fun part. Every JavaFX application must extend the application class and override the start method. Inside, let's declare a simple integer variable to keep track of how many times our button gets clicked. Next, inside the required start method, we will build our user interface. We will start by creating a label to display our text, initializing it at 0. This will be used to create a simple clicker application. Let's create our UI components: a text label and a button. Notice how we use setStyle to apply CSS directly to make it look modern right out of the gate. Then, we create our clickable button. Using setStyle again, we'll give it a nice blue background, white text, some padding, and make the mouse cursor turn into a pointer when we hover over it. Now we need to make the button actually do something. We will add an action event listener. Every time the button is clicked, this Lambda expression runs, the count goes up, and our label immediately updates. We have our components, but they need a container. We'll use a VBox, which stacks elements vertically and give it 20 pixels of spacing. We'll center everything, add a light gray background, and finally, add our label and button into the box. With our layout ready, we pack it into a scene, setting our initial window size to 400 by 300 pixels. We then set the title of our stage, which is the actual desktop window, and attach our scene to it. Finally, we call primary stage .show to render the completed window onto the screen. And to tie it all together, down in our standard Java main method, we simply call launch args to kick off the entire JavaFX lifecycle. To run this, we don't use the standard Java play button, we use Maven. First, I run clean to wipe away any old cached files. Next, I run compile to build our fresh Java code. Finally, I execute JavaFX:run. This tells our plugin to grab those graphical libraries we downloaded, link them to our newly compiled code, and safely launch the window. And here is our resulting application. The layout handles the centering, the CSS gives us the nice, clean colors, and our event handler updates the text instantly when we click. That wraps up our quick introduction to JavaFX. We went from understanding its core capabilities to configuring a reliable Maven environment and writing a fully styled, interactive application. JavaFX is incredibly powerful, and this is just scratching the surface. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!